How can you get the right person to be board chair? After all, the wrong board chair makes the life of a nonprofit CEO pretty miserable. And being a board chair is a lot of work and a lot of responsibility, and it always carries some unknowns and some risk. Here's what I've learned guiding my clients in this area and the 3 pathways that make the most dramatic differences. Number 1, drill down. You want to lighten the load of the board chair, and so that there's not so much on his or her back. So some examples of that, what would that look like? For one, the CEO evaluation, the board chair may not be part of that subcommittee. Instead, they may just be interviewed as part of it. Number 2, the vice chair, instead of only picking up the meetings and meeting leadership when the board chair is not available, do it quarterly. Number 3, seek continuous improvement. Ask, how can we lighten this load? Are you doing the essentials, or what else have you picked up? How have we made this job be a catch-all? And continuously work to refine it, that the board chair does the essentials. What's the result of this? You have a job description that is not so overwhelming. And instead of a hero, you just need a dedicated leader. The second pathway is to design and think about what the board chair degree would be at your nonprofit. This is sort of like succession planning, only I think of it as succession doing. And so the way you would do this is a couple things. First of all, you would set the expectations up with the board and individual board members. Hey, great that you're here. But by the way, part of what we do is help every board member be able to move into some leadership roles on the board. Secondly, is develop a curriculum. What's required to be a board chair? And what would happen if you were taking a college degree and becoming a board chair? What would happen the first semester? What would the required courses be, second, third, fourth, etc.? So the idea is that you are vetting and getting people through certain experiences so that when they're a board chair, they know what it's like to be on a committee or know what this group does. Giving them deep knowledge. Third way to do this is when you're making assignments or inviting people, you're thinking in terms of how do we get people to have the experiences they need so that they could be a board chair or another significant leadership position inside of the board. What happens when you do this, when you think about the board degree, is you have a collection of vetted leaders who are ready to take on the nonprofit leadership responsibility. It lightens everyone's load and everyone is learning together. The third pathway to get the right board chair is to develop the relationships in advance. How could you do this? Well, having one-on-one coffees with all your board members, ideally quarterly, but maybe once a year. Start off with half of them this year. Whatever you do, get started. One-on-one coffees can be online, but it's the one-on-one conversation where you find out what's going on with them, what do they need. Secondly, as you work with people, have some ground rule, discuss what rules you'll follow. You don't want any surprises is a classic one, that no one will surprise each other, that you will stay in touch, and that also you're going to do a quick evaluation post-meeting. A third way to do this, to get the relationships going, is to take notes. Who does actually what? What do they say? What do they express? You think you're going to remember this, you'll get the gist in your heart and your gut, but you really helpful to take notes to remember, oh, so-and-so said that they love this and never showed up on this other activity. Good to have that in a place that as you're developing relationships, you know what people will and won't do. So there you have it. 3 pathways to get the board chair that you want and need and your organization deserves. 1, drill down, make sure that job description is not overwhelming. Number 2, create the board chair degree. Number 3, build your relationships beforehand. Which of these 3 is your favorite? And more importantly, what activity from this video will you do today? Go ahead and put your comments in the notes below.